The Follow Focus F60 by SmallRig is a modular system with plenty of ways to adjust and fine-tune for what's needed on a specific camera setup. The unit features stepless damping adjustment, virtual and hard stop marks, a forward and reverse switch, and multiple ways to mount the manual follow focus. The hand wheel has a wooden optic and feel. As it is common, the white ring can be used to place focus marks. There are also two screws that can be fixed at every position. These can serve as visual points to set focus marks, but there's also a lever that can be flipped over to stop the rotation mechanically. This can be helpful when doing fast focus pulls or not being able to look at the marks while filming. Rubber cushions on each side of the stop lever also dampen the motion when hitting the stop. The manual system has a stepless damping mechanism to adjust how much friction and resistance there is when rotating the hand wheel. This comes in handy for cinema lenses who tend to have more resistance than photo lenses. For photo lenses, it's usually best to increase the resistance to avoid too fast or imprecise focus pulls. To adjust this setting, the gray metal ring simply needs to be rotated to the left or right side. There are also writings on the inside to indicate in which direction the ring needs to be turned. There are two dedicated ways to mount the F60. One method is to mount it onto one 15mm rod of an existing 2-rod baseplate setup. This is the fastest way to mount the system on either the left or right side of the lens. The kit also includes a short 15mm rod and a cage mount, which is the second method the focus can be mounted. This is ideal for smaller camera setups or when filming handheld, and can also be mounted on both sides of the camera depending on the cage. Since every camera rig is different, especially when it comes to height and angle of how the follow focus is being mounted, the hand wheel won't always be at a straight angle. But SmallRig implemented a feature to control this, which means the hand grip can always stay at a straight angle if wanted, even if the gear ring isn't positioned perfectly next to the vertical center of the lens. To adjust this correctly, both the gray lock and the rod lock on the bottom need to be loosened. Depending on which focus rotation direction should be used, it's possible to quickly change the direction of the gear ring instead of having to mount the whole system on the other side of the lens. The gray lever can be flipped and the gear ring element rotated to switch the focus direction. The standard 0.8 mod gear can also be used with an included gear ring that can be placed on photo lenses. The adjustable damping makes it easy to fine-tune the rotation speed, which is one of the biggest highlights of the system. As long as the rest of the camera rig is mounted properly, there are no hiccups or delays when pulling focus either at slow or fast speeds. Regarding build quality and design, it's no surprise that SmallRig has once again delivered a well-made product. Just like most other grips and wheels of follow focuses, this one is also made from plastic. The wooden style hand wheel has a good grip and texture, which makes it comfortable to use for longer periods of time. Most of the parts can be replaced, including the gear ring, which is a big plus when using a tool like this on a daily basis. Something to keep in mind is the overall size of the unit, especially when using a small camera rig. Giving the user plenty of room to adjust most parts of the gear also means the size of the follow focus is rather big. For solo camera operators who don't require a wireless focusing unit, this accessory is certainly one of the more refined, budget-friendly manual systems out there. The implementation of the damping mechanism, forward-reverse switch and focus marks shows that it's still possible to improve an old and seemingly simple system.